Welcome to Takshashila Gurukul channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe immediately, press the bell button and write your comments and feedback. Share with your friends as much as possible. We provide online Kundalini Raja Yoga initiation and Kundali activation in 6 months.
44. Moha Viveka war indication. Moha Viveka Samaravan. Mahadev says, Karunadi, let Kartike know what is imaginable. Gandugali Shanmukha bowed down to Mahadev and folded his hands in devotion and asked, Father, where and how did Moha and Viveka fight? Who was defeated? Who was crowned with victory? Please explain to me with mercy. Loathing is for Moha who seeks happiness that is not external, victory is for Viveka who sees what is within himself and rejoices. Shiva said, Listen, my son to the Lord, a son named Manasa was born in their womb to be in the company of the Supreme Lord. He had 2 wives, Pratya and Nirvati. The demonic qualities were in the Pratya queen and the divine qualities were in the Nirvati queen. Then from their wombs, respectively, were born children named Moha and Viveka. They both fought among themselves for the possession of this body. O cave, listen to the description of the fierce battle between Moha and Viveka. The warriors of Kamadi, acting as spies, will side with Moha and fight for the possession of the body through the deceit of Hamma. Since Moha's strength is beyond the true principle, he will be defeated in the battle. Since Viveka will fight relying on his own spiritual strength, he will ultimately win. 5. A wife named Mitya Drishti married Moha and gave birth to a son. Trishna, holding the hand of that son, gave birth to a son named Anruta. He had a son named Kshaya by the union of the eldest wife named Vyasa. That Kshaya was born to evil subjects called Drishti, doubt, slowness, etc. Thus the entire world is filled with the endless inauspicious offspring of Mohana. O Kartike, Viveka had 2 queens, Upanishadevi and Sumati. Upanishadevi had a son named Tatvartha, and from Sumati's womb a son named Shraddha was born. Shraddhavan married a sati named Manyana, and begot a mighty man named Nididhyasa. Atma Vichara was the second son born from Sumati's womb. His sati is Sucharitra. From these 2 a man named Nishchaya was born. From the womb of the auspicious Upanishadevi, the illuminant second son, named Santa, arose. After that, thousands of beautiful children were born from each of them in the auspicious lineage of Viveka. From them the world will shine like the covering of Brahma, and they will help in the contemplation of Brahma. 12. Therefore, one day, the grandsons Shantanu and Nishchaya announced in the assembly that their grandfather Viveka should be crowned. Then the grandsons of Mohan, Sanshaya and Mandamati, opposed, saying, No, Viveka, let Mohan be crowned. They roared, If you crown Viveka, we will kill you all in battle. Then, Satya came forward and said, Hey, this dispute is not right, if you fight, you will be harmed. Go and tell your Mohan that Viveka will be crowned, you fools. To inform Moha of this news, he called Krodha and consulted him. Then Krodha said, Why do you think so? Maharaja must be crowned. Is there anyone who has insulted you and lived? If you appoint me as the commander, I will burn and impale the entire lineage of Viveka. He shouted. Everyone agreed to Krodha's words and crowned Moha with great joy and decided to capture Viveka with their own courage. Hearing this news, Viveka consoled his family by saying, It is not good to crown 2 people for one kingdom. It will lead to a dry quarrel. Hearing this, Vasanikshaya, son of Nididhyasana, announced in the assembly, First, let us all unite and crush Moha's clan. Then, let us crown our king. At that very moment, the Dingura was struck in Dehapura. The sons of Subuddhi, Shraddha, Shantanu and other prominent heroes gathered in thousands to fight against Mohana. 49. Description of the army of Viveka. The soldiers sounded the Omkara Dandubhi. The bells rang, the trumpets of Dasnada were blown. The lights flew, the shoes appeared, the umbrella of joy was raised. The flags of truth flew with a flutter. The horses of happiness, having eaten the bodhi-shaped food, galloped with joy. Those horses were harnessed to the chariot of Niskroha. The foot soldiers, full of all happiness, the horsemen called Arahu, were galloping with the swords of courage. The warriors called Trupti loaded their bows called Shivam with arrows of the soul. The singers of the scriptures and the readers gathered in a crowd. The strength of Viveka's army was like the ocean. Viveka marched to the battlefield with war instruments. The heroic sound of the trumpets echoed in the sky, as if to dispel the enemy's fears. In a minute, the sun of ignorance disappeared. A light appeared amidst the dust of the battlefield. My son, it was very strange. Listen further. 24. Description of Moha's assembly. Hearing the news that Viveka had come to the battle with his strength, Moha went to the temple of Bhairavi and worshipped the non-existent god called Mithya. In his assembly of sins, the lamps of idleness lit up. On his left sat lust and anger, and on his right sat greed, intoxicants, and jealousies. The minister of unrighteousness, who was in front of them, was thinking evil thoughts with his assistants, namely, ignorance, ego, passion, hatred, and filth. The defeated, the unfaithful, the treacherous, the weak, the slayer, the murderer, the warrior, the great hero, were all in battle readiness. Also, the beloved children of lust, the Matrugaman, the Chandala woman, and the devotee of the goddess, were gathered there. The children of greed, the unmerciful and the money grabber, came there. The sons of anger, namely, father killers, cow killers, mother killers, and Brahma killers, and the children of infanticide and femicide, were resplendent in that assembly of delight. Also, those who speak false scriptures, those who utter unscriptural words, those who sing songs of bitterness, those who do not stir, those who are called a destroyer of evil, those who pluck out the hair, and those who play the harp of a strange tone, all these were in the same assembly, in the hundreds. Also, those who play the lute saying, Tail Chitti, Chitti, those who smell of bad odor, those who are called Marulu, delusion, those who play the lute, those who cut the throats of others, those who are wise and forgetful without being alert, and those who are called Pramada, a fool. The corrupt treasurer, the poet who is a scoundrel, the poet who reads the Puranas in a hurry, the poet who is a scoundrel, the obscene words that should not be spoken, the harassment and the evils that should not be done, were also entertaining in that assembly. The social outcast, the poet who invents lies, the self-traitor, the poor, the footman who wears ornaments, the Rahu, the expert in the formation of armies and the game of dice, the Bai Badaka, the lawyer who argues that injustice is justice, the Maya, the meaning, genius, the sculptor with various deformities, the doctor who kills before death, the colorful clothes of the shadow artist and the despicable spies were present in that assembly. The arrogant man who pretended to be immoral and who blessed those on their deathbeds with magic so that they would live forever, came to the same assembly. Moha embraced him and made him sit near him. Where have you come from? He asked. 34. Damba, I went to Brahmaloka, where Brahma welcomed me and embraced me tightly. Brahma washed his thigh with dung, i.e. made a lap, and considered me noble, and placed me on his thigh and praised me, saying, Is it all right with you? He was amazed to see the garland of Rudraksh and the jewels I was wearing. Seeing my beauty, he praised me, saying, You are worthy of worship. The people of Brahmaloka surrendered to me. They served me as an elder to the elders. Knowing that I was the firstborn in the universe, the sages came out to bid me farewell and bowed down to me with laughter. After that, I came to earth, and people were amazed to see my form and worshipped me. They ate the food of the gods. Some of those who sheltered me were afraid of my ridiculous disguise, while others were disgusted. Where am I? If I go, the elders will be afraid of me and bow down first. Seeing the big bangle in my ear and on my hand, they will ask, Is this man big or small? Without knowing anything, they will see my beard and mustache and forgive me. In my hand is a japamani, a garment for worshipping God, a rudraksh on my neck, a Shiva necklace, a Janevar, a pair of shoes on my feet, a tiger skin on my body, a pitambara on my head and ornaments, given by people out of fear, seats for my feet, incense, lamps, flowers, and offerings for my three-time worshippers, all these are my beloved objects. The worldly people will adorn me with these and say, I am like God, and again they will praise me, O God, these objects of worship are your creation, are these solid objects. You are the most solid of solids. Although I have nothing and I have nothing of my own, it is my nature to be praised by others. It is natural for me to claim that I am great. The wise everywhere will excuse me for being omnipresent. That is why I have come to see you. Mohana, delighted, said, Friend, do I doubt that you are great, venerable? I know your greatness. My friendship with you has been from the beginning. In the past, today I need your help. Help me in the war one have waged against Viveka. The arrogant man presented himself on his proper seat. In Mohana's assembly, the crowned ones were 100 lotuses. One lotus means 100 abbas or 1,000 crores. His assembly was like the ocean of destruction. 44. Description of the assembly of Viveka. Viveka, remembering the departed soul, sat down on the throne of his assembly. The following assembly members had then gathered there: the ever satisfied, the silent, the virtuous, the victorious, the perfect, the truly knowledgeable, the wise, the enlightened, the punctual, the modest, the all-benevolent, the compassionate, the inner-minded, the full-minded, the conqueror of Yama, the able-bodied who have overcome lust, the unshakable, and the fate. Brahma, in thousands of numbers, adorned the assembly. Then came the pure mind. Came the unattached, the unattached. Came the old, the compassionate, the desireless, the dispassionate. Came the natural, the untrammeled, the indirect and indirect sages came and sat in the assembly of Viveka. Also, the prime ministers who knew the 8 limbs of yoga, the veteran named Tyaga, the beloved heroes who were devoted to yoga, the virtuous ones who were devoted to anonymity, the physician of the disease, etc., sat in the presence of Viveka. On his left and right were the commander named Nirbhitana, the devoted to life and Brahma, the self-satisfied, the self-sufficient, the omniscient, the truthful, the non-violent, the celibate, the well-behaved attendants, the 6 seers, the scholars who knew the Shruti Skriti, the Ashtadasha Puranas, the priest named Nirvikalpa, the disciples named Savikalpa, the Sahaja Samadhistha, the devotees of the Vedas, and the devotees of the Vedas. The assembly was illuminated with light because of the presence of the assembly. Moreover, in Viveka's assembly, there were those who were certain that he was Shiva himself, those who did not consider humans and Bhairava, those who swallow life, soldiers who saw death as a grasshopper, and crowned kings who obeyed orders in 2-fold numbers. In this situation, Viveka called his commander, Nirbhita, forward and asked, Veera, what are your future plans for politics? The commander, smiling, Your Majesty, what can we say to you, the god? How can Moha stand before you? Give us your military strength. I myself will first crush Moha's strength. I will burn away lust, anger, and greed. The scourge of Mada has spread, the unrighteousness has taken possession of the minister. I will teach wisdom to the feet of Avidya, give me the loot. Nirpeksha, Sir, I will cut open Apeksha. Give me the loot. Vidyun, clapping his hands, I will burn Avidya. The power of Mohan has been broken, give me permission. Viriti, I will blow the head of Raga to the sky with my sword, give me the loot first. Dahasamya, the mind is dissolved in Brahman, which is always the same, and therefore considered equal. Dahasamya is the attainment of equality of the organs that are absorbed in Brahman through moderate eating. The true meaning of Dahasamya is also Yuktahara. By making friends with the tongue, we will undoubtedly cut off those who eat too much food. We will stir up the elephants called Ashtamadas, and we should give them to them. The commander, why will you break the 8 foods? I am surprised. I should present your wisdom in the presence of the king. Yuktahara, in order for me to eat properly, well and in moderation, and for my younger brother Dahasamya to keep his body from getting wet in the cold and rain and to keep his body stiff like a dry tree, where should the strength for those 8 foods come from? Their strength will be cut off and it will dry up like a spilled log, the grass will fall to the ground inertly. We are the powerful, give us permission. Dharma, I will cut down unrighteousness and greed and show my pure form. May the image of God be acknowledged, give me a willow tree. Atma Vichara, I know the secrets of all, I will strip away the skin of sorrow, I will roast the arrogant in the fire. Samadhan, I will soon destroy all. Give me a willow tree. Venusakshaya, coming forward, you will set a trap for lust. Dilipati, Vasaniksha, can you destroy Kama, who has immense strength in his arms? Vasanakshaya, can Kama himself be silent while I am in exile? Let Vivekaraja know my position. Shantanu, bowing his head, give me the willow today, I will really kill Krodha. Palapati, to Shantanu, how can you kill the blind Krodha? You should tell your plan in front of the Maharaja. Shantanu, tell me the plan. Krodha will be very angry. I will not listen to it. If I answer, his anger will subside. If I remain calm, he will die. Give me the willow, I will break the time of Krodha and run away. Dilpati, king, with such a strong army, is it a big task to defeat Mohan? Give the order for war. Viveka, suspiciously, it is the duty of kings to act righteously first. Tell Mohan to come to an agreement with us. If he does not agree to the peace plan, we will it seems fitting to declare war. A good soldier should convey our message, which is, let us not fight in vain, let Moha surrender to us with his strength. Tell him to give up his baseless pride and stand at our feet as a slave, or else be ready for war. The commander, Buddhi, I will do as you say. To Vijaya, get up, Vijaya, go to Mohan this very moment and explain our situation, let him surrender to us and act as our agent, and tell him to be ready for war rather than listen to our words of wisdom. 67. Vijaya immediately entered Mohan's assembly. He trampled on those on the way and sat down on a high seat with joy. Mohan felt as if a spear had been pierced. Vijaya asked the assembly, who is this pig like Mohan? I do not see him. I must speak to him twice and go. The assembly trembled at Vijaya's roar. Adharma, the minister, got up and said, where have you come from? Why all the fuss? Vijaya, the wisdom of this place has sent me to the blind Mohan. I have to tell him two things. Show me where he is. Adharma, pointing to Mohan, this is Mohan. The mighty one who burns the nest of wisdom, the fire that brings knowledge to the people. Look at the fire, Agni, of the virtuous, this is the moon of ignorance. Speak to him carefully. Vijaya, moving Mohan's head, Shiva, look at his face, I will cut off all his limbs and cut him into pieces. Grinding his teeth, O son of Ella, will you live under the shelter of our king Viveka? Or will you destroy yourself and your clan in the battlefield? Which of the two words is right for you? Say, salutation, he can be killed right now. But what will my king say? He was thinking to himself and gritting his teeth. 70. Mohan, it is a lie that we are surrendering. Let Vivek surrender to us, otherwise let him declare war. Go and tell your master, you fool, come here, and said, grabbing Vijay's hand and pulling him. The warriors gathered in that assembly rained weapons on him. Then Vijay thought to himself, it is no wonder that they are killing all of them now. But King Vivek has not given permission for this action. Can a herd of animals survive by attacking a tiger? Anyway, now I will tell my master this bitter news that he has not reconciled himself, he said, and came to the assembly hall where Vivek was. Vijay, saluting Maharaja Vivek, you are very powerful, you tell me the message sent should not be accepted by Moha. The king is ready to fight without surrendering to us, let us prepare for the battle without delay, he said in the assembly. Meanwhile, all the heroes sitting in Moha's assembly, hearing what Vijay had said, became angry and praised their respective manhood in front of Moha. First, give us the willow for the war. We have broken Viveka's arrogance. We will sacrifice all the strength of his army to the fire, they said as follows. Jinachapala, to the commander named Bhitan, with anger, King, what will be the strength of Viveka if I am not there? I, my son, Guhya Chapala, will kill Virati. I will finish Virati's words. Give me the willow. Guhya Chapala roared, to the commander, I will take care of Sadhana, I will correct him and make him join our party. The frightened general, why did you correct Sadhana for me? The cave dweller, if I live in his cave, will the seeker of modesty not fall into the trap of lust, of sexual pleasure? He is the one who corrupts, so first give me the reward. Apratishta, I will destroy the famous one. If I remain silent, he will be called great, and if I speak ill of his bravery and destroy his reputation, who knows? Give me a will. Vikalpa, I will tear off the head of Nichchaya, if I remain silent, he will gain strength. If I sow the seed of Vichchaya in his mind, he will die. Give me a will. M. Rishi, I will strike the truthful one to the ground. If I remain with him, he will have to admit defeat, the stomach of truth will be split open, I will spoil the state of wisdom, and he will not be able to live. Vigna, I will break the tomb. Give me a will and see, if I remain silent, the Samadhi will be sacrificed. His tomb I create obstacles to the attainment, yoga obstacles or antarias, laziness, disease, agitation, contentment, doubt, forgetfulness, pleasure-seeking siddhis, delusions of happiness and sorrow in the mind, dreams, sleep, etc., and this will destroy his yoga. Therefore, give me the willow. Data. I will love the Advaita. Will his Advaita move if I become a data in his actions? Look at my cleverness, I will make him dance saying, Thai, Thai. I will make him surrender to you, give me the willow. Dukkha. I have broken the pride of Harusha. When I embrace Harusha in the form of great sorrow, he will be furious, I will break his dhammak, give me permission. Brashta. The disciple I will destroy you by gazing at you. With one fist, I will corrupt the pure one to the extent that I can, and the uncircumcised one will be destroyed. Madanu. I have the power of the 8 Madanas, I have trampled the chest of the Yuktahara with my feet. I will destroy the soul of the body. I will eat as much holiga, ghee, and mrishtina as I want until the saliva on their tongues dries up. What plant can defeat the strength of these two? The bull. Lobha. I anger Dharma, I am silent, he is praised. How can he come forward as a generous person when I stand in his arms? Give me the bull as you can see with your own eyes. 87. Kama. Twisting his mustache to the commander, everyone in the world praises me. I drive everyone away at high speed, who can stand firm against me? I have spoiled Shiva's penance, I have exhausted the sages. Due to my affliction, Devendra's body became full of vaginas. Due to my inspiration, Vali played his flute. Bhasmasura was burnt by Parvati. I am the one who spoils everyone's fortune and breaks the vows. I make the son have the union of his mother. I spoil the plaintiffs, I am the one who destroys all living beings. I will create. Who is there who does not weep at the death of my arrow? The chest of the youth bursts at the sound of my bow. What will be the fate of the remaining humans after Harihara has fallen victim to the blows of my arrows? With my son, my chariot, bows and army, will I besiege Viveka. I will let the maidens flow over his army, I will destroy the radiance of their essence. I will discourage the leaders of the Ashtanga Yoga. I will level the 7 lands of the yogis. I will set beautiful women to dance before those sitting in the tomb. I will corrupt the righteousness of the sages Manu. I am the favorite servant of Mohan, who has placed his trust in me. I have been following Mohan's words for a long time. Wherever he is, I will not leave his back. I will defeat and destroy everyone in battle, give me the beetle. Hearing Kama's words, Sarvavira shook his head, saying, well, what you say is true. The skilled soldiers who had gathered in the assembly shouted that Kama deserved Mohan's favor and the commander's workshop. Then, with sparks of anger shooting from his eyes and smoke of fire coming from his nose, the dark-faced Krodha stood up in the assembly. Krodha, who was as black as a crow, moved his lips as if he were going to swallow the world. Krodha said to the commander, I swear that the world will not stand firm against me, I alone will destroy the spirit of all. They boldly say that Lord Vishnu killed the Asuras. But that is false, was it Vishnu or I who hurt the Asura? Why would he kill him so that I would not enter his body? Was it Parvati or I who broke the pride of Mahishasura? I broke the pride of Mahishasura with her face, was it Devendra or I who killed Vrittasura? The Kshatriyas fight with great valor on the battlefield. Where is their strength that I do not dance in their hands and feet? Tell me, who won the war, they or I? Was it I who killed Ravana or the god Raghupati? Was it I who killed the hero Kartya or Parashurma? Was it Parashiva or I who burned Kama with his fiery eyes? Was it Mrityu or I who caused death to all humans? Was it Rudra or I who burned the entire world at the time of the apocalypse? Find out. If not for me, who can kill? I am the form of a killer. No one will survive before me. The sage Jamadagni left me to be with Shanta and died at the hands of the wolf Kartavirya. This is the fruit of having trampled me. Who will live without me? All deeds are done out of anger. He who leaves me is not worth a penny. With my face, Rajalakshmi will win. Harihara will take refuge in me. Let me tell you how great my essence is. If anyone insults the sages, they will burn them with my face. I am the one who burns, my wife is violence, her brother's jealousy, these two will be as much as my weight. Who will survive me? Who is equal to me in the army of wisdom? Seeing my arrogance, wisdom will cower like a dog. I will kill Shanta. I will fulfill the oath of the king. I will win the war and place the garland of anger around the king's neck, give me the willow. After that, you will see my arrogance. Vitadalapati, O anger, everyone will say that Shanta is strong. Tell me by what trick you will kill him. 105. Kanda, because I spread false news, that Shanta will drown in his place. I will humiliate all the heroes like him. Give me the willow, he said, turning red in the face and twitching his mustache, and roaring in anger in the assembly. The arrogant one, standing up and bowing, heroes, listen, I deny knowledge, I will make it non-existent. Wearing knowledge, Sivaru, Japamani, Koralasara, saffron clothes, Rudraksh, Vibhuti, in hand, book, tiger skin, I will stop the wise man with a smiling face, and he will lower his head and run away. I am the great temple, monastery, houses, palace, throne. The royal yoga, the Hogalubhattas, the umbrella, the chamara, the yoga stick, the kante, the kamandal, the gandhadadi. Can the wise man stand before me when I am like this? My rituals, 3-time bath, vows, chanting, and the words of the doctrine, there is no one who can match them. The one who gives liberation. I am. Where is knowledge? The one called Vidya silently tells the feet that I am. All the people who come down worship me. I am the form of worship. Knowledge and knowledge will rule in my lower rank. Jambhar is my son. Vashakha is my daughter-in-law. Badivara was born from the womb of both of them. He will be called Drishimbar, the one who wears the clothes of the scene. As soon as I order them, they will take the life of the wise man. Therefore, give me the willow. 112. Moha. Okay. You are the elders, no one including us knows your seniority. The burden of making the name of the hero of knowledge obsolete by your bravery is yours. O brave egotist, what is your role in the heat of war? Ahamkara, king, I am the eldest of the two descendants of the king of the mind. I can defeat Viveka and his warriors Shantanu, Janana etc. in a minute. The moment my father embraced me, I was born with the name. After that my younger brothers were born with the name, mine. We, who are strong in arms and mighty in strength, never die, like the seed of blood. If you ask, who are you? I show you my body and say, I am life, I am man, this is my son, this is my wife, this is all my substance. There is no place where my offspring called, Mama, is not there. They are with me in the three worlds. I am the form of all living beings. Wherever I am revived, I take refuge slowly, wherever I appear, I am attached there. I endure all births. All past and present worlds are mine. Let the animals roam in all the worlds, I will not leave their backs. I am completely covering everyone at all times. Then where is the strength for the self-inquirer? How will he know? Let him and I compete boldly. I will kiss Viveka and uproot his eternal thoughts. I will make him see the battlefield and be filled with, I am I. I will break the hearts of the soldiers. I will bring obstacles so that, Samadhi, does not reach Viveka. I will teach everyone the lesson of the illusion of, I am mine. I will not deviate from this statement. You agree and give me a willow. 120. Moha and Vitadalapati were pleased with these words. All the warriors, having prepared themselves for battle, praised each other for their prowess, and advanced with a triumphant cry. Darkness seemed to have descended as the army of Kartikeya and Moha joined the battlefield called the body to fight against Viveka. The sects of Chayaka, Jaina, Kapali, and Pashunda, which were like the granaries of the scriptures, came to the battlefield arguing among themselves. Moha's soldiers, armed with 32 weapons, carried a horse called Khodi, an elephant called Marul, a rider called Vikara, an umbrella called Apakirti, and a sword called Adhairya. Dark clouds seemed to have covered the timid charioteers as they joined the battlefield. The celebration of Mohan's military strength. Son, listen to the description of Mohan's military strength, the shoe called Ododha, the title called Annihilation, the crown called Unhappiness, the armor of affliction, the charioteer called Deceit, the signs called the 5 elements of ignorance, the reins called various defects, the chariot called Bhanga, the trumpet called Parinde, the hymn called Bondage, the slander called Deceit, Thamma, the arrows called Misconduct, the bhattas who beautifully praised the faults of the enemy and the qualities of Mohan were gathered there. In the hearts of all, there is only one sky, which shines without beginning or end, but, my son, today the enclosure called ignorance has covered it. The strong men of both sides, forgetting the Supreme One who gave them shelter, prepared to fight, and the war drums rang out. The soldiers stood waiting for the signal of the commander, 126. Manoraja's attempt to reconcile, remembering the fierce battle between the heroes of the two parties, Moha and Vivek, their father, Manoraj was distraught. He was worried that his lineage would be destroyed. He wondered what would happen to him. In order to inform his two wives of this matter and find a way to stop the war, King Mana first came to the palace of his eldest wife, Nirvarti and said the following, O great Sucharita, tell your son Vivek not to fight the war with Mohan. Let Moha rule the kingdom, let Viveka act as his subordinate, go and tell Viveka my good wishes now. Nirvitura Sati, angrily, lead dog, leave here now, otherwise be prepared to be hit with my slippers under my feet. Manoraja, coming to the palace of the younger wife, O Mahapati Vrat, it is not right for your son Moha to fight with his elder brother Viveka Prabhu now. Let Viveka rule the kingdom, let Moha surrender to him and be under his control, you now go and tell Moha this good wishes. Viveka, holding slippers in his hand angrily, I am not so stupid as to listen to your good wishes, get out of here, you mad dog. The mind, being beaten from both sides, is stunned and says, what else can I do? What will happen to my two strong sons? My two wives will not listen to me and will turn on me and fall on me. What will happen to my family? Both the wives have disobeyed my word and gone away from me. Now I am alone. What can I do? My life is ruined. Burn this family of debt, let those who marry two women suffer like me. My children have become blind. When my sons do not listen to my words of good, how will anyone else listen to them? There is no one else who can advise my children, he thought to himself and came to the battlefield. Manasa, to Moha, Father, do not fight, make peace with your brother Viveka. Moha, Father, making peace with Viveka is a lie, I will wait with Viveka. I will throw him into the sky, I will make him fall to the ground. Meaning of softening, you old men, do not come to this battlefield, go to your imaginary palace. Manasa, no, my son, do not fight, it will ruin our lineage. Is it because of the planetary disease that your intellect is dull today? Send your general to Viveka again for reconciliation, listen to my words. Kanda, stop waiting. Saying this, the king of mind went home. Moha called three messengers named Aviveka, Durguna and Avalakshana, and ordered them, heroes, now you go to Viveka, let him surrender to us. Let him accept that we are the rulers of this body earth, if he does not agree, let him prepare for war, you go quickly and convey our message. The three messengers stood outside Viveka's house and confessed. Viveka invited them inside. They reported what Moha had said to Viveka Raja. Rejecting Moha's message, Viveka ordered the messengers to be thrown out by their necks. The messengers returned to Moha, grumbling. Then Viveka ordered his fearless general to declare war against Moha. 135 Moha Viveka's description of the war. Viveka's warriors surrounded Moha's army. They raised their swords of courage. They pursued and cut through Moha's four-pronged force of horses, elephants, chariots, and infantry. The whole battle became fierce. Moha's soldiers had to embrace death. Viveka's soldiers remained immortal in the face of death. Seeing this terrible scene, Manoraja was shocked and thought to himself, these two children. They will not listen to me. They have abandoned the strength of their peaceful faith and started fighting. What else should I do? I became a fool without saying anything to any of the parties. I became a fool to both parties, he was thinking. The strength of the army of both parties mixed, and the rays of the full moon and the darkness seemed to merge on one side. The strength of the wisdom of the immortal body fought with the strength of the passion of the dead body. Those who were strong in wisdom were killed by those who were strong in passion. But those who were strong in passion were killed by those who were strong in passion. The strength of the army of wisdom remained unkilled. Then Krodha, making his eyes red, curling his mustache and spitting fire from his mouth, went down to the battlefield. He started burning the soldiers of Viveka with his angry expression. The jealous rage of Krodha also began to torment that army. Many of Viveka's soldiers were burnt to death by the fire of anger. As per his command, the one named Himsa was going to attack the army of Viveka. 142. Then the mighty ones named Shanta, Saranu, Chitrasavadhana, Dharya, Nirapeksha, and Nityananda came to the battlefield. They surrounded the anger, jealousy, and the oppressors with the strength of their entire army and killed all the enemies. The proud man fell to the ground. The demon died. The anger, the oppressor, the one named Maharishi, the one named Tapatriya, the one named Dhakash, and the hero named Ragar all fell dead on the battlefield. In the fight, all the heroes of Mohan's army were terrified, but Bheet, the commander of the army, roaring and spreading great fear, went towards the army of Viveka. Then the army of Viveka started running in fear from place to place. Meanwhile, the commander Nirbhita threw the weapon, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Bheet rolled to the ground along with his remaining strength. Mohan's army was reduced to ashes. Not a single one of them survived. His army was leaderless, it was destroyed. Out of the 6 elders, Kama and Moha were the only 2 left, and all 4 fell to the ground in battle. Mohan died in the battle. Mohan held the bow and bowed, beckoned Kama forward, and used magical arrows on the enemy army. Viveka's army retreated. Atmavichara disappeared. Within half a minute, all the men of Viveka's army fell into a deep sleep. Kartike, can I imagine that scene? Immediately, Kama beckoned his army of women to attack the heroes who had been caught unawares. Then the brave warriors attacked and defeated Viveka. Kama raised his bow of cane, enchanted the arrows with flowers, pulled the string of the bow up to his ear and shot the arrows. He knocked down Viveka's heroes to the ground. He who saw before him, he cut off the tree, and his mind, O hero, listen. Then, as per Mohan's permission, Chanchala came forward and threw the ascetic named Shame up high. He suppressed, Sarane, destroyed, Tapa. He uprooted, Samadhi, and prevented, Atmanubhav, from coming near the Samahita. Kama's sons trampled on the chest of Dharya in the army of Viveka. They beheaded Virakta, defeated Chitta, kicked Shuddha, and crushed Nima. The skin of Vyartan was peeled off, 2 or 3 Maya's fangs were tied to each of the soldiers. The soldiers fell to the ground. At that moment, Kama, along with his sons, fell to the ground to shoot arrows at Nirvasana, and called his group of women to him. Kama's army was consumed in the fire of knowledge. Now only Mohan remained, and Viveka stopped him and cut off Mohan with his Vivekashara, 153. Here the battle approached its final stage. When all the warriors of Mohan were killed, the king named Ahamkara, with a roar, kicked and trampled everyone, stopped the great chariot of Lord Viveka. Then King Viveka's servants kissed his pride and took his life. His sons also gave up their lives and died on the deathbed. The sound of victory rang out. The gods descended on the battlefield and offered aarti to King Viveka. Unending joy shone in the body. Radiant flowers showered down. Queen Nirvatura, the mother of Viveka, was delighted. Mohan's mother, the instinct, was overcome with grief. The king of mind lamented that Mohan's entire lineage had been ruined. Seeing him suffering, Viveka said, Father, do not grieve. If your children, who are sinners due to karma, die, all of us, the virtuous, will save you. Why do you have this idea of liberation from karma? It is in vain that you grieve for the offspring of instinct. Leave the grief of your son and be calm. Although Viveka consoled him in this way, Manasa remembered that his relatives, sons, and daughters-in-law had all perished in the war and fell to the ground and began to weep. Then Shravan smiled and said, Father, why have you become deluded? To whom have you sold your good fortune? Who are you? Who are your people? Why do you not want to know your true self, who is real, who knows, who is immortal? Why do you want to know the eternal Sati Sutra? Have you forgotten that everything is false? You are the witness to falsehood. Why do you abandon your true position of eternal witness? Your son, leave sorrow and become a living being. Listen to your truth, you are the formless, the eternally pure Buddha. Is the delusion of your sons more inclined than you to teach that you are the Nirvachana, beyond words, the Nirlapa? The Vedas are the ink of Tattva, you are the Supreme Soul. Only the Supreme Soul, is there in you to know your true self. Have you come to this ruin in your old age? Take refuge in your eldest son, Viveka, and his Satsthana, the first of the Viriti Samas, and be happy. Manasa, calling Viriti to him, my son, I was angry with you until today. O brave Viriti, today I have vented my anger on you. I have been indebted to your affection for your youngest son, Mohan, until today. I did not know the truth. O Virati, O wise and learned children, come and teach me the Brahmapadesha in my right ear, and I will be grateful. Manasa shook Virati's hand, and he came close and whispered in his ear, You are the Supreme Soul, you are the one who is beyond all time, you are the one who is aware of the conditions. You are the subtle form that separates and knows all that appears in the conditions. When the mind did not know what it had heard, then the mind helped it to know. The strong ones of wisdom came and embraced the mind with joy. The king of the mind became eternally happy. He washed away all his sins, attachment to things, in the river called Papanivati. He burned the sins that had attached themselves to him due to the association of attachment, lust, and anger with the fire of knowledge and became pure. He stood in the great light called Ahamasmi, the illuminator, and for wisdom. He said, My son, you become the illuminant of the family. May your path to righteousness be successful. He blessed him and garlanded his neck. 162. O Shanmukha, Viveka sat on the throne of self-realization. What can I say about his happiness? His mother, Nirvana, was filled with joy and happiness. While Viveka was ruling the kingdom, Samadhan, Shantam, Sarak, etc. were happy. Shantam said to the mind, Lord, you are now liberated. Then the mind, embracing Virati and Shantam, attained true Samadhi. He forgot the business of all the senses. He gave up meditation on internal and external things. With the help of wisdom and the meditation and retention of the transcendental soul, the mind became absorbed in the Supreme Soul, who was distinct from the transcendental soul, and was freed from all sorrow. When the mind became free, all the senses and memories of objects within the mind became free. When the mind disappeared, as the sun sets, its rays also disappeared. All the auspicious thoughts that were like the rays of the mind and all the delusions and delusions that were the offspring of the mind became free. 166. My son, the story of the battle between delusion and delusion that I have told you is continuous in the body. Although this sensation is active day and night within oneself, it is not known to men. People who are devoid of wisdom will fight against wisdom until they die. They will engage in the battle of samsara until they are freed from delusion. Within the body, the two forces of the kings of delusion and wisdom are always fighting to ascend the throne of liberation. Only he who recognizes and understands the true nature of these two forces will be victorious in the battle, and will be granted the goddess of liberation, liberation. This battle will not leave the back of a person even in many births. If, by the grace of the Guru, he realizes that he has no birth, that he is eternal, this battle will end. By serving the Guru with all three qualities and knowing himself through him, he will attain liberation from rebirth without rebirth. Illustration: a person becomes mad because he is afflicted by a ghost. Then an old magician is called, casts a spell on him, and cures him of his affliction. When his ghost leaves, he will behave naturally as before. In the same way, by the mercy of the Supreme Guru, the suffering of ignorance from birth to birth and the realization of self will be hidden and he will live as before. Point 2. Just as a person is made of clay and washed with water, and death is imminent for the person who is made of clay, so too, by knowing himself through the face of the Guru, his ego will be destroyed. By bathing the lump of clay called, I, myself called, I, myself called, I, that is the water of eternal wisdom, that is the destruction of that very delusion. 171. O cave king of wisdom, make delusion subdue him, by my grace destroy the evil offspring of delusion, by practicing self-realization step by step, enjoy the bliss of liberation in this very birth. Do not tell anyone about this. Those who listen to this true principle with their minds open are the virtuous. By this, the time-bound chain of births is burned away, and the origin of the body is understood. The bondage of lust and karma in the form of strife is broken. Then liberation from life is attained. Believe this to be true. Do not tell this to the sinful souls who make false oaths to their brothers and sisters and say that they do not have even a single sesame seed, and to the pretentious ones who lie about the teachings of the principles and recite empty scriptures. If you tell such unworthy people, you will incur a fault. Thus, when Sambhashiva revealed the secret of the constant battle between delusion and wisdom that has been going on in the body, Shanmukha, hearing it and looking at Parasiva with joy, called Shiva Shiva, remembered the Guru of Chidananda in his mind. 174.